Hi guys, Matt here with Texas Edge Home Inspections, and I'm here to talk to you today about backflow prevention. Huh? A backflow prevention device is used to protect potable water supplies from contamination or pollution due to backflow. In other words, it keeps nasty water from getting sucked back into your water supply. Okay, what we're looking at right here is a sprinkler backflow preventer system. So this keeps water from your sprinkler system from re-entering the home's water supply. We have things in our yard like fertilizer and pet waste, things of that nature that obviously we don't want to contaminate the home's water supply. So that's why there's a series of check valves inside here that keep the sprinkler system water from re-entering the home's water supply. This needs to be positioned higher than the highest sprinkler head in your yard. Okay, so this is what's called a vacuum breaker on an outside spigot. This works similarly to the sprinkler system backflow prevention. Basically, water you're using, with your hose or for whatever irrigation or whatever purpose, can't make its way back into the home's water supply because of this mechanism right here. These are supposed to be in place. I catch a lot of homes that don't have it, especially on older homes, and that essentially means that it could be possible for contaminated water to make its way back into the water system. So they're not just outside, these backflow preventers. There's another type I want to talk about today called an air gap. Okay, these are in many areas throughout your home. The one that I find that's often wrong is the toilet air gap. So what happens is fresh water fills the tank through this tube, and it goes down and into here to the overflow pipe. Well, there is supposed to be, from where this water rushes in and to where the water line, the fill line is on the toilet, there's supposed to be a 1-inch air gap. This is an improper installation, and I'm going to show you a proper installation. All right, here we go, a proper installation. So what's going on here is, instead of this hose being inside this little hole here, which oftentimes it is for whatever reason, it goes into this clip and now it shoots into the overflow pipe, but it has this clip right here that keeps a 1-inch air gap between where the water goes in and the fill line of the toilet. So this hose is in an arch like this. That's proper installation. One more thing about the toilet air gap. So here is a kit that comes with everything you need to make that happen. It's got the clip inside of it. Oftentimes they come in this little kit that has the hose and a water flow regulator. Anyway, all you really need is the clip most of the time. But this is like $3. So if you want to make sure yours is done right, you can go pick one of these up at your local hardware store. Okay, so the second type of air gap I'd like to go over with you today has to do with your faucet and your sink. And basically, there needs to be a gap of air between where the faucet fills and the flood rim of the sink. So water, no matter how high it gets, cannot get to your faucet and therefore cannot be siphoned back into your home's water supply. All right, so another type of air gap, it has to do with your dishwasher. You've probably seen this type of thing on top of your countertop next to your sink and thought, what is that? Well, this is an air gap for the drain line on your dishwasher. So basically the drain line from your dishwasher goes up to this, and then there's a gap, and then it goes back down to either your disposal or to the P-trap. And what you don't want is you don't want water, nasty water that's from your sink, from your disposal or anything, to ever find its way back into the dishwasher. And if it doesn't go up and through an air gap, it can do that. There's actually also another way to do that. It's called a high loop. I'll show you an example of that in a minute. But basically, water can go back into your dishwasher and contaminate the water that you're washing your dishes with. It smells and it's just unhealthy. So this is the type of air gap you want for a dishwasher, and I'll show you some examples of that and also of the high loop. Okay, so here's an example of what's going on inside that dishwasher air gap. Water drains from the dishwasher drain line, and before it goes into your disposal or your P-trap, there is an air gap, and that air gap prevents water from your sink or from your disposal or from the P-trap from flowing back up and into the dishwasher. This is an example of what's called a high loop. You can do this if there's not an air gap present. You can have your dishwasher drain line installed as long as you get the proper measurement from floor to the bottom of the countertop. But basically, the drain line can be mounted underneath the countertop so that it goes upward, and water has a really difficult time climbing upward to make its way back down to your dishwasher. Congratulations! You made it to the end of a nearly 6-minute video. If you made it this far, you must have enjoyed it. Please call and schedule your home inspection today with Texas Edge, and don't forget to like and share the videos.